How's it going, dog trainers? In tonight's video, I just wanted to go over upfront contracts. And if you've had some sales training, you're probably familiar with them. But if you haven't, an upfront contract is a way of establishing what the meeting is going to be about. When you get together for an evaluation with someone and their dog, you want to kind of lay some ground rules so that you can control this meeting, this evaluation, so that you can get it to a conclusion of either selling some dog training or not selling some dog training. But you want both parties, you and this person, to be on the same page. So if you were setting this up on the phone, you want to tell them what the purpose of this meeting is going to be. You need to evaluate their dog. That's why you need to get together. You want to find out what their expectations are. You know, if they have some agenda they're bringing to the table, like, hey, I want you to do this, this, and this. And you also want to let them know what your agenda is, what your expectations are from them, their participation in training this dog, for example. You want to make sure that you're both on the same page and that you can meet their expectations and that they can meet your expectations, you know? This is what this stuff is about. You want to, an important thing is, obviously, it seems obvious, but I'll tell you, when I didn't do this early on, I'll give you an example of how, if you don't do this, it can be a hassle. You want to set up the date, the time, the location of where this meeting is going to be, whether it's at their home or at your place. And you want to tell them how long they're going to need to be available. So if it's a 30-minute evaluation, as an example, you want to let them know on the phone that, okay, I'm going to see you on the 26th at 5 p.m. and I need you to be available for 30 minutes so I can go through this stuff for you. Is that going to work for you? They say no, they'll say, what's a good time for you? But the point is, you want them to set that time aside and you want them to agree in this upfront contract, if you want to call it that to make that time for you. And one time I went to somebody's house, I had sent out a bunch of postcards for a free evaluation. I'll come to the home, no charge. And so this husband and wife, on the phone, I said, hey, everyone going to be available that helps him making the decisions with regard to this dog? I want to make sure you're all on the same page. Oh yeah, my husband's going to be there. We're looking forward to meeting you. Well, I went out, I worked the dog, I met with them, everything's great. 20 minutes into it, the husband says, oh, I got to take my daughter to soccer practice. Take care of it, honey. Nice to meet you, Scott, and gone. And so now I couldn't close this deal because and I didn't, set it up as I'm telling you to set it up. So nothing became of that. Now, maybe nothing would have become of it even if he had stayed. But the difference is I would have got him to give me a yes or no. And that brings me to the last point. The last bullet point is that you want to talk about where you plan to go with this evaluation. I want to work your dog, and if we're both on the same page about the training and I've answered your questions satisfactorily, or if you're not comfortable with me, I want you to feel comfortable saying no. Is that okay? And they'll say, oh yeah, of course. So, naturally they're going to say, yeah, if I'm not interested, I don't want to do it right now. But also, if you're happy with everything, I want you to be able to say yes and move forward and we'll do some training together. Does that work for you? Does that make sense? Yes. You're trying to get them to eliminate I got to think about it, let me sleep on it, let me do all this, that, and the other thing. Now, honestly, when I was doing this upfront contract type thing, which I did incorporate as part of my sales presentation, and it was not forced at all. It was a very comfortable thing. I'm getting specific questions in, trying to get everyone on the same page. I didn't always push so hard for the I want a yes or no, because I had a ton of people, I got to tell you honestly, that wanted to sleep on it, that did it. They came back in. And a lot of sales trainers will say, if you leave, they're not going to do it. You got to get them right now. You got to get them right now. That hasn't been my experience in dog training. A lot of the way I closed was kind of a takeaway where I said, listen, there's no pressure. If you're not comfortable with this, don't worry about it. Go shop around, go see other trainers. I was confident enough in my training that I felt that if they saw me work with their dog, I would outshine anybody else that took that leash, if anybody took the leash at all. So I got a ton of work, but I would advise that you consider this upfront contract in your training. And in your presentation as you create a presentation, assuming you actually want to sell some dog training. And if you guys want to, make more money in the new year, you got to start having some structure, having a plan, having some goals. It starts with you have an idea of how much you want to make, and then you break it down. You say, I want to make 50 grand, 75 grand, 150 grand, whatever it is for 2020, and you break it all down, and then you get out there and you have more motivation to get a nice presentation, to do this the right way. And the nice thing about having those goals is that you know how many sales you need to make in a week, for example. So as you're getting, maybe you have 3 presentations left that week and you know you need to sell one more, you're gonna do your best to really present yourself in the best light and to help them every way you can to get those deals closed. If you don't have these goals, and you may say, well, I sold 3 this week, not a bad week. Maybe I'll sell more next week. And you don't push for that extra sale. And it's those little extra sales per week that really add up when you get to the end of the year, where you've got an extra 25, 30 grand in sales because of that extra contract that you maybe stayed a little bit later for someone to get there from busy traffic, those kind of things. So anyway, I hope that helps you. Tonight's little video was about upfront contracts. And probably if you do a little Google search on it, you'll find out a little bit about that. So I hope I helped you. Scott with, who am I? Where am I? 6-Figure Dog Trainer. And I'm available if you'd like a free 30-minute call. I would probably do an upfront contract with you. If you called and said, hey, I want to take advantage of this free phone call, I'd probably establish what this 30 minutes is going to be about. We're going to talk about this, that. I'm going to help you here, there, and at the end, I'm going to offer something or not. It may not be a good fit. If it is, I'll offer. If you're not interested, that's fine. Just tell me no. If you are, we'll move forward. So that's kind of a little example of how that works. So, peace, guys. Talk to you later.